Yeah.
Good morning, one and all. As we all know that today we have assembled for the panel discussion that is leading the way women in physiotherapy. So today's era is women empowerment who are breaking barriers, building a brighter future in physiotherapy. So let's explore how women are contributing to physiotherapy. To proceed, I would like to introduce Dr. Jasprit Kaur ma'am, who is a well-known face among all of us. She is the state head coordinator of Gujarat, and she has been currently working as principal KD Institute of Physiotherapy, KD Hospital, Ahmedabad. Ma'am has published numerous articles in peer-reviewed journals on neurological diseases, physiotherapy, So, let's explore how women are contributing to physiotherapy. So, not wasting much of time, I would like to hand over the control to ma'am. We welcome you, ma'am. Please proceed.
Thank you, Dr. Neeti. Thank you so much. A very good morning to everyone. I just begin with this. पंखों में ही शक्ति नहीं होती, हौसले से उड़ान होती है. नारी जब ठान ले कुछ तो हर मुश्किल आसान हो जाती है. जब भी आगे बढ़कर करती है कुछ काम, हर किसी को मिलता है अपना नया मुकाम. हमेशा करते रहें नारी शक्ति का
Ma'am, we are not
सम्मान.
able to hear you.
Hello, am I audible?
Audible. Yes,
Yes,
audible.
you're audible.
Right.
Niti, your this thing is disturbed.
So, the title of our talk today is Leading the Women in Physiotherapy. And the theme for the conference was Beyond Boundaries, Shaping the Next Era of Generation. So, I think the females with I'm sharing this space today have already crossed those barriers and still, they are still struggling, still, cutting those edges, going beyond those barriers, and they have in the field excelled in the field. So, WCPT report in 2022, they said women make up to more than 50% of the global physiotherapy profession, but less than 50% of executive board positions in national physiotherapy associations are held by women. So we are very proud that we have women leading the profession like Yagna ma'am, Ruchi ma'am, Nehal ma'am. They have really crossed all barriers or boundaries, and they're leading the nation in all ways. So they are females who are leading academic institutions to pioneering clinical practices and navigating all the challenges, embracing opportunities whichever are coming on their way, and they have redefined the profession in some newer sense. Now, their journeys, they have been filled with resilience, passion, and a drive to create a change. Through their stories today, we hope to inspire you, the present and future of physiotherapy, to dream big, take bold steps, and take a future of this ever evolving field. Because when I believe when women lead, the whole profession moves forward. So, not taking much time, Heta, I would like you to play the PPT, please. So I'll introduce our panelists today. First of all, we have with among us, I think Madam needs, the words will fall short to introduce her for me. Dr.
My dear,
Yagna
thank
Shukla,
you.
ma'am. I mean, she has been first everywhere. So it's like, so whatever I speak, please understand, Madam is first in everything. She has been the first woman who has held as an complete principal for Physiotherapy College, Ahmedabad. She's the first woman who has been the first president of GSCPT, first woman to hold the position of NCPH chairperson. Ma'am had published so many papers above 69. I think 60 is just a number. I don't, she must, even she doesn't remember this. She has been awarded with lifetime achievement awards. I mean, the list is long. I think if I keep telling,
I know.
we'll not
Thank you
end up.
so much, dear. Thank you.
So we
Thank you.
always keep looking forward towards ma'am for this.
So much.
Then next on the panel we have Dr. Ruchi Vashnai ma'am. Ma'am, she's the treasurer IAP. Hita, next slide, please. Ma'am is the treasurer IAP. She is also the national head IAPWC. She's leading so many females along her. She's driven the path for women empowerment and upliftment. Madam is the director of Ruchi's Advanced Physiotherapy and Wellness Center. Madam has more than 23 years of professional experience. She's been awarded many times the best clinician, significant contribution, young achiever, first Indian physiotherapist to be covered in Swadeshi magazine. I mean, she's numerous conferences has been organized under her leadership, and numerous women have come up forward and leading things under her leadership. Thank you so much, ma'am, for being there.
Thank you.
Next on the panel, we have Dr. Nehal Shah. She's IC Principal, SBB College of Physiotherapy, Ahmedabad. Also, she's holding the Joint Secretary, West Zone IAP. Madam is a distinguished faculty member of American Academy of Clinical Electrodiagnosis, USA. Conducted over 80 keynote lectures, workshops, and seminars across India. Her work includes peer-reviewed publications in musculoskeletal community physiotherapy, and also participated in forums of WHO and WCPT. Welcome you, ma'am, today on the panel.
Thank you.
So moving further, I mean, this panel was thought on the occasion of World, because we didn't only want to celebrate 8th March, as we want this whole month to be celebrated, and every day women should be celebrated, what we feel. And by having you today, we want our present and the future generations to understand how you have achieved these positions. For you, I don't think it was a bed of roses or a cakewalk. Maybe the chairs you're sitting down may have thorns beneath it, who nobody can see. They only see the rosy picture. And we want the generations to know that how you moved and climbed the ladders of success. So my first question to Dr. Yagna ma'am is, so ma'am, with your vast experience and remarkable journey, I'm sure you must have witnessed numerous changes and faced many challenges along the way. So like every leader, I believe you too must have encountered barriers and hurdles. So can you take us back to the journey, beginning of your journey in physiotherapy, and also please share a significant moment from your journey and how you overcome those hurdles and barriers, ma'am.
Thank you very much, dear. A very good morning. Thank you very much, IAP Women's Cell, Gujarat State, for this honor and giving me this opportunity to share this platform with Ruchi Madam, Nehal Madam, and you all. I always think that in those days, born as a third daughter was the biggest shock to the family. So in my town, so many people, they don't know that my father has third daughter. Nobody took notice of my birth because, all were so conservative and they barely wanted a boy. And I was born, never knowing that today I will be talking on a platform about women leadership. So again, of course, in my own family, my mother was very, very, she was born and brought up in Mumbai with a very forward thinking that why people should worried about me. Nobody comes and gives food or clothes to my daughter. So don't, she was really hating that reaction about, oh, third daughter. But that was past. I was destined to become physio. Even for that also, I have a small story that I missed my medical, as many of you might be having the same history. I missed by 2 marks, and then I got admission in dentistry. I was asked, being underage, that you have to wait for 1 year. Then I took admission in pharmacy. I attended pharmacy college for 1 month. And then suddenly I realized that I am not enjoying my study. And it was to happen, and I got admission in physiotherapy. And rest is history, I would say. But as you said, it is not easy. It was not easy. And the thing, sometimes I feel that, oh, so many things have passed. When I joined civil hospital as a physiotherapist, I had not taken my job very seriously. But when in 1992 first college started and I joined college, at that time I was little serious. I was little conscious about my performance in the class, because for the first time in my life I was teaching, which I had to go into much of depth. In those days there were no PPT, only overhead projector and notes. Nehal must be, Nehal will agree with me because she is a student for first batch.
I was going to tell you the same thing, ma'am. You don't have to tell me, madam. I'm always going to
I'm
be
so
your
proud
student.
of you. So, like, I can say that, of course, definitely, I got an opportunity at a state level as far as policy about physiotherapy profession is concerned to be formed. And same experience has helped me in working here at a national level. But if I compare the whole journey and what was there and what is now as far as our own profession is concerned, I saw a lot of change, positive change among our professionals. These young professionals, I have observed that they work more on evidence-based practice. They are more updating themselves, and the best part is they are very much aware about their own rights and their own job. So, many times, every day I receive so many messages, this has happened, that has happened. Sometimes I become disturbed why people are, but indirectly I am assessing people, that more and more our own people, they have started becoming aware about their rights and their own, if something is wrong, they will definitely draw our attention. And I would like to correct you that 70% of global healthcare profession is being occupied by women. Hardly 25% is being women are on a higher post. Little unfortunate that the progress is there, but very slow. And I would definitely like to say that gender should not determine your destiny. That we must, that doesn't mean that we have to keep on fighting and we should not, uh, but yes, I think I would answer it that way, that there is lot of change I have seen, and future is definitely bright. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. It's like we can really relate your story, the views conveyed since birth, and then overcoming all those hurdles and going through this. It's quite relatable with many of us, and I think many listening must be relating this to themselves also. Thank you so much, ma'am. So my next question to Dr. Ruchi ma'am is, ma'am, what inspired you to pursue career in physiotherapy, and how has your journey evolved over the years?
Thank you, ma'am, for the question. I think I would love to listen to Yagna, ma'am, as much as possible, rather than sharing my own things, because I've been like quite vocal and speaking everywhere. What happened? This happened. That happened. But listening to ma'am is always an inspiration. And I would like to add one thing to ma'am's line, that gender should not determine the destiny, as well as gender should not determine the leadership quality of any person. There should
Yes.
not be, meaning we have never asked for any reservation, we have never asked for any empowerment as far as physiotherapy is concerned. But definitely the statistic is 70% in the global arena is women, but if it comes to leadership position, even in Europe it is on the negative side. Very few leaders. What inspired, actually I missed my Delhi PMT entrance by 5 marks. So then the second was my National Institute for Physiotherapy, which I cleared. I was amongst the topper gold medalists there. That's all. That time we only used to know, okay, some of our relative is outside country. They are doing very well. They are earning more than MBBS. That was the general lines in the, normally parents used to tell us, तुमसे ज़्यादा बहुत ज़्यादा कमाते हैं. We never knew what is in the scenario in India at that time when I passed out in 2000. So nothing inspired actually. I missed the entrance exam and I qualified the national entrance for physiotherapy and I entered. But when I entered, so two things were that I feel women are full of empathy, women are full of sympathy, women actually love to give. They are born like this. And when I used to see in my OPDs, like patients, very well to do patients, we used to get a lot of, in IPH, we used to get topmost government officials, topmost ministers coming up, topmost people from the embassies and other places coming, and their kids are doing fantastic outside the country, big cardio surgeons to Bill Clinton to this that. And when they used to come and enter, meaning old couple holding hands, and they used to, they used to feel that we are everything for them. And that was something which has actually pushed me कि नहीं यार ये profession, though it was not by choice, but I'll ensure that in future it becomes the first choice to everybody, because जो हम लोग उनके लिए create कर सकते थे वो उनके बच्चे नहीं कर पा रहे थे. वो लोग हमें बोलते थे tell us what to pay, we'll send the check, we'll send the amount. But the kind of, when you give them a support, you give them a hand, तब उनको लगता था ये हमारे बच्चे हैं. Because जब पैरालाइज हो जाता है एक ओल्ड कपल और उस समय फिजियोथेरेपिस्ट उसको मूव करता है, वो जो एक फीलिंग आती है वो किसी और प्रोफेशन में आ नहीं सकती. सो दैट हैज समथिंग विच हैज केप्ट मी मोटिवेटेड कि मैं अपने प्रोफेशन को 100 नहीं 200% दे पाऊं. सो दैट वाज समथिंग विच आई स्टार्टेड विद. एंड रिगार्डिंग व्हाट वाज द सेकंड क्वेश्चन, आई फॉरगॉट.
How has your journey evolved over the years?
Over the years, I think I practiced 14 years as a clinician, as head of the department of a hospital. There also many interns used to come and I used to tell them that don't rush to, clinical practice. I am working as HOD for 14 years. And then only I have learned the art of, taking care of the patients, their families and other things. It's not about money, because I believe आप सिर्फ अच्छा काम करो, पैसा पीछे आता है. मतलब we are doing fantastic as clinicians. If you talk to clinicians, they are earning like anything. कोई क्लिनिशियन ऐसा नहीं है जो कमा नहीं रहा, रोने के लिए रोते रहते हैं सोशल मीडिया पे, बट दे आर डूइंग बहुत अच्छा काम कर रहे हैं. माने इनकम टैक्स कितना पे करते हैं मुझे नहीं पता, बट लैक्स में कमा रहे हैं. कोई भी क्लिनिशियन ऐसा नहीं है जो नहीं कमा रहा. So I used to tell them, I used to guide them 14 years, after which there was some argument, क्योंकि मुझे मेरी मैटरनिटी लीव नहीं मिली थी. मैं 14 साल से उस हॉस्पिटल में काम कर रही थी. एंड दे सेड कि आप लोग डॉक्टर्स के कैटेगरी में नहीं हो, तो आप लोग जो बाकी का स्टाफ है उस कैटेगरी में हो. और जब मुझे कोई फैसिलिटी में अवेल करना चाहती थी, तब वो मुझे बोल देते थे आप नीचे वाली कैटेगरी में हो, आप डॉक्टर्स में नहीं हो, तो इसलिए आपको एग्जीक्यूटिव रूम नहीं मिलेगा. मेरे दोनों बच्चों की डिलीवरी उसी हॉस्पिटल में हुई थी और आई लिटरली हैड टू फाइट कि मुझे मैटरनिटी लीव दीजिए. मैं यहाँ की परमानेंट एम्प्लॉई हूँ. मैं लड़ती थी, बट मेरे पास कोई होता नहीं था कि जो मुझे हेल्प कर सके. बिकॉज अगर मैं मैटरनिटी लीव के लिए कुछ लीगल जाती थी या कुछ लड़ती थी, तो मुझे लगता था मुझे जॉब से निकाल देंगे. और ये बहुत सिस्टम होता है दैट व्हेनेवर यू गेट प्रेग्नेंट, गर्ल्स हाइड करती हैं वो प्रेगनेंसी इफ दे आर वर्किंग इन अ प्राइवेट प्रैक्टिस, कि वो हमें निकाल ना दें. बिकॉज कोई जॉब की गारंटी नहीं है अपने प्रोफेशन में if it comes to private practice. तो that has something, एक दिमाग में था कि कभी कुछ करें, कि जब किसी गर्ल को कोई जरूरत पड़े तो एक टीम होनी चाहिए. आई थिंक वहां से बर्थ हुआ था विमेन सेल का. जब मैंने वो स्टार्ट भी किया था तो मुझे लगता था कि अगर एक गर्ल को प्रॉब्लम है, मेरे साथ कोई भी नहीं था. सो नाउ अगर एक डिस्ट्रिक्ट में बात करें तो 4 या 5 या 6 लोग साथ आके खड़े हो सकते हैं देश में कहीं भी. दैट वाज द मोटिव, बिकॉज आई डिड नॉट हैव दैट सपोर्ट. आई डिड नॉट नो मैं आईएपी की मेंबर भी हूँ, लेकिन मेरे लिए क्या कर रही है आईएपी. क्या मेरे को जब मैटरनिटी नहीं मिला तो किसी ने मेरे लिए लड़ा नहीं. सो आई वॉन्टेड दैट फीलिंग कि एक सिस्टरली फीलिंग आए, एक दूसरे को हम सपोर्ट करें, एक दूसरे को काटे ना, एक दूसरे को पॉलिटिक्स में ना करें. एंड दैट वाज द रीजन दैट वी स्टार्टेड विमेन सेल. एंड देन रेस्ट इज हिस्ट्री. आई से 171 डिस्ट्रिक्ट्स वर्किंग. आज गुजरात विमेन सेल ये कर पा रही है. वी हैव आवर नेशनल कमीशन चेयरपर्सन एज अ विमेन, जिनकी खुद की एक जर्नी है. एंड आई थिंक दैट इज इंस्पिरेशनल. दैट इज इंस्पिरेशनल फॉर एवरी विमेन जो ये सोचती है कि हमारा कौन है, हमारे साथ कौन है. बिकॉज देयरफॉर वी आर नॉट इन लीडरशिप पोजीशन, क्योंकि ऐसे से सर्कमस्टेंसेस में हम क्विट कर देते हैं. हमको पता नहीं है हमारा कौन हाथ पकड़ेगा, कौन हमें बोलेगा कि नहीं कर लो, हम खड़े हैं पीछे. So that happened when I started questioning. मुझे सर ने बोला, जा सर ने बोला हम पीछे हैं तुम लड़ो. So जब कोई पीछे ये बोल देता है ना, that is the assurance, and then nobody can stop a woman. We need no power. वो तो हमारे अंदर खुद है, हमारी core इतनी strong है. We have that determination, we have that willpower in ourselves. We just need थोड़ा सा पीछे से push. अब मैम ने आज बोल दिया, यज्ञा मैम ने, lot of girls will be motivated and inspired to take this profession as the first choice of profession, and that is the same thing which I try to give to all my office bearers and to all the young girls. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. You very rightly said. We can relate that many of us, including me, this was not by choice. It was something which we all came because of the circumstances. But eventually, all females, all the people, leaders who have been working with this, they've made the profession now a welcoming one where we can realize that definitely we are something and we are adding value to the society somewhere or the other. And secondly, ma'am, when you talked of maternity leave, I believe this was always been a question for all the females who are working in a institute which is not government. And I hope, because with the rising, because of you people who have been advocating us on strong panels, on strong platforms, people have started realizing the importance of physiotherapists, and definitely now almost many of them have started giving us our rights and things to us. Thank you so much, all of you, for this. So my next question is to Dr. Nehal, ma'am. So, ma'am, usually there's some unspoken and hidden expectations usually we encounter as a women leader, right? I think you'll agree with me this. So how did you learn to navigate through them?
Good morning, everyone. First of all, thank you, Jaspreet ma'am, for inviting me. And it is an honor for me to speak in front of two stalwarts. One who is my teacher and whom I always look upon to, and one who has taken me to IAP. And what I am today in IAP is because of her. So thank you for this. If you ask me about hidden expectations, well, to tell you, I was a bit lucky in my childhood because I never faced inequality during my childhood. I mean, I was always my parents never differentiated me between me and my brothers. Though we had a lot of financial crunches, I don't come from a very rich background. But my parents always treated me equal, and I was brought up in that way. I was brought up in a way that I had to be vocal. I can be vocal, and I can always question anything that is wrong. So I was brought up into that kind of an atmosphere. After marriage, things change. So the hidden expectations, start from that phase of the life when you are into a newer family. But what I have seen is the hidden expectation comes from you as a woman. I mean, you are a woman, so you are expected to do something as a leader in an institute and as a leader in an association. So expectations change depending on what role you are doing at that particular moment. If you ask a hidden expectation from a woman, को पता ही है कि अगर घर में कोई मेल काम कर रहा है या कोई अच्छी पोजीशन पे है, तो घर वाले उसको छोड़ देते हैं. अरे 14-14 घंटे काम कर रहा है, उसको बख्शो, उसको आराम दो, उसको शांति दो. बट ये बात कभी किसी फीमेल के लिए नहीं आती है. कोई वुमेन के लिए ऐसा नहीं बोलता है. रादर उसको ये बोलता है कि तुझे जो करना है वो कर, बट इतना घर का काम करके कर. You are expected to be a perfectionist. You are expected to do everything beyond your own capacity. So that is an expectation our society has. It's not only about the family, it is about the society who says कि वुमेन का काम सबसे पहले तो अपने घर का होता है. And in that expectation, if you are ambitious, तो बात और बिगड़ गई. बिकॉज देन यू आर फोर्स टू वर्क फॉर 20 आवर्स, क्योंकि जो तुम्हारा खुद का मी टाइम होता है ना, उसमें आपको अपने एम्बिशन फुलफिल करने के लिए काम करना पड़ता है. बिकॉज एम्बिशन तो है, उसको तो मार नहीं सकते, राइट? सो दैट इज एज अ वुमेन. If you ask me as a leader, yeah, I am into a leadership position in my institute also, and to some extent in the association also. अगर इंस्टीट्यूट की बात करें तो सबसे पहले तो बात ये आती है कि फीमेल बॉस कितने लोग एक्सेप्ट कर पाते हैं. कितने लोगों को फीमेल बॉस चाहिए. अगर उनकी आत्मा को पूछो तो वो बोलेंगे हमको फीमेल बॉस नहीं चाहिए। तो वो स्टेज से निकलना, बट यस अगेन वी आर लकी टू बी इन गुजरात वेयर इतना जेंडर बायस नहीं है। वी आर रियली लकी टू बी इन गुजरात की इतना जेंडर बायस नहीं है, तो हम अच्छे से काम कर सकते हैं। बट अगर हमारे बॉसेस जो या तो कोई मेडिको है या तो कोई ब्यूरोक्रेट है, उनके लिए एक फीमेल को कोई भी इंस्टीट्यूट का लीडरशिप पोजीशन डाइजेस्ट करना मुश्किल होता है। अगर कोई मेल बॉस होता है तो उनका अप्रोच अलग होता है, अगर कोई फीमेल बॉस होता है तो उनका अप्रोच अलग होता है, एंड वी हैव टू एक्सेप्ट इट, बट वी हैव टू ओवरकम इट एज वेल। अगर आप एसोसिएशन की बात करो, व्हेन यू आर इनटू एन एसोसिएशन, यू आर थ्रोन इनटू अ बिगर वर्ल्ड वेयर यू हैव more challenges to take। लाइक मुझे याद है जब रुचि मैम ने मुझे फोन किया था कि मैम वुमेनशिप आईएपी वुमेन सेल गुजरात का हेड बन जाओ, और मैंने रुचि मैम को बोला था रुचि मैम मैं पॉलिटिक्स करना नहीं चाहती। I think she will remember this today also. I told her that I am an academician and I will be happy that way. And she just told me one thing, मैम आपको पॉलिटिक्स करने को कौन बोल रहा है, आप बस काम करते जाओ। And that only with that word I accepted to be IAP Women Cell Gujarat head, and that's how I began my first step into IAP। तब तक IAP ठीक है, एसोसिएशन है, हम कॉन्फ्रेंसेस में जाते हैं, मजे करके वापस आते हैं। That was only IAP for us till that particular moment. But when you are thrown into that, फिर elections आते हैं, वो elections काउंसिल के हो या एसोसिएशन के हो, अगर कोई फीमेल वो पोजीशन पे इलेक्शन लड़ रही है तो शी फेसेस अ लॉट ऑफ चैलेंजेस, एंड फॉर दैट यज्ञा मैडम विल एग्री टू मी, देयर आर लॉट ऑफ प्रेशर कि तुम पीछे हट जाओ, तुम बैक आउट कर लो, तुम ये मत करो। द ओनली थिंग दैट keep us going is our strong willpower। अरे तू बिगाड़ बिगाड़ के क्या कर सकता है, अगर मैं सही हूं, if I'm right in my way, if I know that I'm not doing anything wrong, then I think I should not stop myself, and that is the only way uh, I have come out of all the expectations. I have navigated these expectations, and strong people holding me at the right time. My teachers, my guru, she's sitting here, Ruchi ma'am, Jha sir, many more to name in the profession who have tried to hold me also. And that's how I overcame all these biases, all these negativities, or whatever you say. Thank you.
Thank you, Nehal ma'am. Actually, in a sense, I think women is working twice as compared to their counterparts, and I think many of them will agree. And it is usually the expectation rises juggling from home to office. And on this thing, I like Yagna ma'am to shed some light because, ma'am, you have been the chairperson of NCAPH, and you experienced a significant shift in the location, right, and responsibilities. So I believe this transition must have required a lot of sacrifices and constant juggling between home and work. So, ma'am, I think many of us, like other young females who are doing this, would like to and love to know how are you managing this professional growth with these personal responsibilities, and what will be the advice you'd like to give us all who are actually trying to proceed ahead?
Well, it's a right question in the sense that it was not easy for me to accept this position. Everyone was under the impression, including myself, that I cannot do this because, at this age, shifting from one place to another place, not only place, it was a shifting of state. So language, culture, so there is no social, I mean, I don't know anybody except Ruchi madam in Delhi, I would put it that way. And that too, staying alone, family is very much there. And one more biggest issue was my husband badly wanted to shift to Delhi. I'm talking of 10-15 years ago. And because he thought that his real potential will be appreciated only in Supreme Court. So he said, no, I want to shift. At that time, I discouraged him that at this age, our children are young and I don't want to shift. I have a government job. You want to shift? Literally, he had explored rented houses here. But then suddenly he realized that she's not supposed. So he just, and this opportunity came. And I was a little confused that no, there is no question of going, same thing. Then he told me, see, I missed one opportunity. I am not going into detail because of whom. But when you have this opportunity, then you will not grumble that this should be done, that should be done. When you had this opportunity, grab it. Just explore it for 6 months and then we'll take that call. So, initially, and you feel good being a human being given importance. So everyone was congratulating this and that. So I thought that, oh, this is a big thing, and and then gradually I'm realizing that it's a very, very challenging job. At the same time, sometimes I realize that if something good happens here, I feel that no, because of me, something good has happened. And maybe in near future, I'm hoping and expecting that it is going to happen. So, yes, definitely I'm missing my family. I'm missing my granddaughter. She is growing and she only now she's insisting, don't go to Delhi. That emotional, sometimes blackmailing, I would say. That creates a lot of confusion. Now, what should be given priority? And I just leave it to God at that time. Whatever will happen, whatever will be decided, it will be good for me. So far, I can say that I'm lucky that things have been quite positive around me and it is going, but definitely there is a lot of mental struggle, I would say, because, and physical too, because, what I interpret is whatever pay rise I have got because of this post, I'm spending it in my airfare. So every week I'm coming to Ahmedabad because, if I go there, I meet many people. If they come here, they only meet me. And socially also, you just can't run away from other responsibilities. Whether it is your responsibility or not, that is a different story. But you accept it that this is my job, I have to do it. So sometimes you really drained out at the end of the day. But such talks and such appreciations, it gives oxygen to my what do you call thinking process that I should keep going. But it's not easy. I would like to put it that way. There can be a challenges and there can be an opportunities. You have to select. Then I would prefer that opportunities should be selected and then try to overcome challenges. And it sounds little easy, but it is not easy sometimes, many times. But still, there is nothing wrong in giving try. And yes, it is like knock knock. It can't be because it's opportunity. And they said it can't be because it doesn't knock twice. Likewise, I got this opportunity, I accepted it, and let us see. But yes, if it is been given, it should be accepted with a combo of many challenges. Thank you.
Well, thank you, ma'am. Actually, definitely, as you said, rightly said, it's not easy. It looks easy, but I think the turmoil you must be undergoing, it is, if you put in yourself in others' shoes, then only you are able to understand what is
Yes.
happening around. And we salute you for this because it's a great, because it is difficult for us to manage here only sometimes between office and home. So you are really
Yes.
doing a challenging job, and hats off to you, ma'am. We are very proud of you because of it. Thank you so much, ma'am. My next question to Ruchi, ma'am. Ma'am, beyond professional milestones, I mean, what do you feel are the internal shifts or personal growth did you experience as you ascend into this leadership role? And is there any change you felt during, I mean, initial and now as you have ascended to this leadership?
Yes, of course. I think अभी नेहल मैम ने बोला कि हिडन एक्सपेक्टेशंस. आई थिंक जितनी भी एक्सपेक्टेशंस मैम ने बोली थी कुछ भी हिडन नहीं है. इट इज ऑब्वियस टू द वर्ड, हमें ये सब करना है. हिडन देयर इज नो एक्सपेक्टेशन. हिडन एक्सपेक्टेशंस आई थिंक जो मैम की मैं कंप्लीट करना चाहूंगी वो ये है कि हाउ डू वी बिहेव. वी आर इजिली जज्ड. हम क्या पहन रहे हैं, हम क्या बोल रहे हैं, हम कैसे बोल रहे हैं, हम किससे बात कर रहे हैं और हम कितनी बात कर रहे हैं. ये हिडन एक्सपेक्टेशंस हैं जो लोग कैमरे लगा के हमें देख रहे होते हैं और ऑब्जर्व कर रहे होते हैं. बाकी तो सब ऑब्वियस है, हमें घर के काम करने ही करने हैं, घर देखने ही है, फैमिली सपोर्ट कर रही है, इसलिए हम लोग आज यहाँ बैठे हैं. बट देन एवरीथिंग डेफिनेटली हमसे नहीं पूछा जाएगा कि आपको क्या चाहिए उतना जितना कि अगर एक मैन उतना काम कर रहा है. बट देन things will change eventually. Things are changing eventually. To add on to Yagna मैम, मैं एक बात मैम ने बहुत अच्छा बोला, challenges और opportunities. These are very strange things जो opportunities हमारी लाइफ में आती हैं. और ये जितनी गर्ल्स हैं वो मैम से ये सीखना चाहिए कि ये opportunities बहुत कम आती हैं. You just have to pick them up. You never know what is going to yield what and how you are going to impact the society with that. उसके लिए बहुत डेयरिंग चाहिए होती है, वो बहुत सारी गर्ल्स में होती नहीं है, बहुत सारी विमेन में होती नहीं है. मैम के अंदर थी, इसलिए मैम ने वो अपॉर्चुनिटी पिक कर ली. तो ये बहुत इजी, ये कहते हैं ना ब्रेकिंग द ग्लास सीलिंग, विमेन के लिए बोलते हैं, और फिटिंग इनटू सम अदर शू और ग्लास स्लिपर. एक्चुअली ये सारी चीजें जो होती है ना, ये आपकी विल पावर पे होती हैं. चैलेंजेस चेंज यू. जितने ये चैलेंजेस आते हैं वो डेफिनेटली मुझे एज अ पर्सन, आप बोल रहे हो कि क्या चेंजेस आए, तो इनिशियली आई वाज वेरी शॉर्ट टेम्पर. मैं बहुत जल्दी गुस्सा करती थी. मुझे लगता था ये चीज हमेशा से मैंने ये चीज पकड़ के रखी थी, और आई थिंक दोनों मैम ये रखेंगे कि हमारे इंटेंट क्लियर थे. हमें प्रोफेशन के लिए काम करना था, हमें और कुछ चाहिए नहीं था, बिकॉज वी वर ऑल वेल एस्टैब्लिश्ड प्रोफेशनली. मैम को कोई टक्कर नहीं दे सकता. यज्ञा मैम खुद एक लीडर थी, पर्सनली प्रोफेशनली कमिंग फ्रॉम दैट काइंड ऑफ फैमिली. नेहल मैम बहुत अच्छा कर रहे थे. मैं बहुत अच्छी क्लिनिशियन थी. मैं 70-80 पेशेंट एक दिन में देखती हूँ, अभी भी देखती हूँ, बट तब भी देखती थी. तो हमें कोई और नीड नहीं थी. हमारे इंटेंट कॉमन थे कि प्रोफेशनल अपग्रेडेशन, प्रोफेशनल ग्रोथ, प्रोफेशन के लिए अच्छा, एसोसिएशन के लिए अच्छा, और कुछ था ही नहीं. एंड देयरफॉर वी हैव एक्चुअली ओवरपावर्ड ऑल द थिंग्स. पर्सनली अगर हम देखें तो हम लोगों को ये नहीं पता था, हमें डिप्लोमेसी नहीं आती थी. हम लोगों को जो मुंह पे आता था हम वो बोलते थे. अभी मैम को तो बहुत ज्यादा फेस करना पड़ता होगा कि हम जो बोल रहे हैं ना वो मीन ही नहीं कर रहे एक्चुअली इन द गवर्नमेंट थिंग्स. क्योंकि हम अगर वो बोल देंगे जो हम मीन कर रहे हैं तो वो प्लान चौपट हो जाएगा. और आई थिंक हम प्राइवेट वालों से ज्यादा यज्ञा मैम ये फेस कर रही होंगी कि वो कभी बोल ही नहीं सकते. अर्लियर मुझे जहां से हमेशा बोलते थे तुम गधे को गधा बोलती हो, एंड दैट इज द रीजन पीपल क्रिटिसाइज यू. कभी भी गधे को गधा मत बोलो, उसे घोड़ा ही बोलो, वो खुद ही गिर जाएगा. तो दैट आई हैव लर्नड इवेंचुअली कि मैं अब नहीं बोलती हूँ. मैं अगर कोई गलत भी कर रहा होता तो मैं उसको बोलती नहीं नहीं तू और अच्छा कर सकता है, यू डूइंग वेल. दैट आई हैव लर्नड द आर्ट ऑफ स्पीकिंग. लोगों को मोटिवेट मैं पहले भी करती थी, बट मैं बहुत ज्यादा गुस्सा करके करती थी, और इसलिए लोग शायद इंटिमिडेट हो जाते थे, डर जाते थे. मैं ओपनली बोलती थी कि नहीं, आई डिसलाइक दिस. या कोई अगर मैन कुछ किसी विमेन के लिए बोलता होता था तो मैं उससे झगड़े करती थी. मैंने मेरे ऊपर आई थिंक जहां तक कैरेक्टर असैसिनेशन, जजमेंट, सोशल मीडिया डिसग्रेस, सब कुछ मेरे साथ हुआ, और वो सब मैंने फेस किया. तो मैं बहुत बिटर हो गई थी, बहुत ज्यादा मुझे लगता था कि सब लोग मेरे अगेंस्ट हैं. बट देन दे आर अगेंस्ट माई पोस्ट. एक पावरफुल एसोसिएशन की ट्रेजरर बहुत बड़ी चीज होती है. एक बड़ी टीम विमेन की, जब लोग बोलते थे कि दो विमेन एक दूसरे को फेस नहीं कर सकते, मैं हजारों के नंबर में, थाउजेंड्स ऑफ विमेन आर लुकिंग अप टू मी. और आप किसी भी देश के कॉर्नर में चले जाओ, इफ यू आर मीटिंग अ गर्ल और अ विमेन फिजियो, और आप बोलते हो कि हम डॉक्टर रुचि वाशने को जानते हैं, दिस इज द स्टेटमेंट बाय फ्यू ऑफ माई पेशेंट्स. दे ट्रीट द पेशेंट लाइक गॉड, कि आप हमारी मैडम को मिल के आए हो, बिकॉज यहाँ तो हम लोग मिल लेते हैं, दूर दे आर फॉलोइंग अस. तो मेरी एक शिकायत हमेशा होती थी कि देयर आर वेरी लेस फीमेल रोल मॉडल्स इन द कंट्री. नाउ आई बिलीव विद यज्ञा मैम सिटिंग हियर, विद नेहल मैम सिटिंग हियर, जसप्रीत, तुम खुद, हेता, यंग जनरेशन, ये सब लोग अब एक रोल मॉडल्स बनते जा रहे हैं. गर्ल्स आर लुकिंग अप टू अस. हमें पता ही नहीं लगता, हम छोटी छोटी सिटीज में लोग हमें फॉलो कर रहे हैं. हाउ वी टॉक, हाउ वी ड्रेस अप, हाउ वी बिहेव, हम किसको क्या जवाब दे रहे हैं और कितना जवाब दे रहे हैं. सो दैट इज द चेंज इवेंचुअली हैज कम, कि अभी मैं सोच के बोलती हूँ. अभी मुझे पता है किसको कितना बोलना है. और एक्चुअली मैं कोशिश करती हूँ कि मैं हर्ट ना करूँ लोगों को अपने वर्ड से. बिकॉज जब आप सही काम कर रहे होते हो ना, तो आप हर्ट ही कर रहे होते हो. बहुत सारी चीजें गलत हो रही होती हैं. वर्कशॉप्स हो रही थी, मैं बहुत अगेंस्ट थी हाई कॉस्ट वर्कशॉप्स के. मैं क्लियरली उन रिसोर्स पर्सन को बोलती थी क्यों करते हो. ठीक है, अभी मैं कुछ नहीं बोलती हूँ. अभी मैं सिर्फ लो कॉस्ट वर्कशॉप कर देती हूँ. उन्हें अपने आप समझ में आता है मैं क्या बोलना चाहती हूँ. तो दैट इज द ओनली थिंग, कि हम लोग अपनी अपनी लाइन बड़ी करते जा रहे हैं विदाउट क्रिटिसाइजिंग एनीबॉडी. एंड देयरफॉर अभी मेरी थोड़ी फॉलोइंग मैन में भी हो गई है, क्योंकि अभी मैं उनको ज्यादा सुनाती नहीं हूँ.
Thank you,
That
ma'am.
is
I
the
think
change. That is the change.
communication is the key to success, very rightly said. And we need
Believe
to,
that every time when you communicate, it should hit the target. अभी
yes,
मैम जो बोल रही है वो हिट किया, आप लोग सब जो बोल रहे हो वो हिट करा. सो कम्युनिकेशन एंड कोर कंसिस्टेंसी एंड इंटेग्रिटी, दैट हैज
definitely.
एक्चुअली इवॉल्व्ड ऑल ऑफ अस.
Definitely, ma'am, because it's like right time, right thing is being nailed. It will definitely bring the effect. So that is, I can conclude from your talk. We need to be on very perfect, nail the things on this. So, Nehal, ma'am, my next question to you is: how do you think women can play a bigger role in shaping the future of physiotherapy? When I talk of bigger future of physiotherapy, I talk both academically and clinically.
Well, I would like to say that compassion and empathy are the core of any female. I mean, whatever work she does it with compassion, she does it with empathy, and she does it with heart and soul into it. In our culture also, it is said that a female nurtures the house. She gives sanskar to her children, and she does everything with full heart and soul into it. So if that woman steps into the world, steps into the profession, may it be clinical, may it be academic, she's going to pour her heart and soul into whatever she is doing. So if she treats a patient, she treats the patient like a mother of the patient. She teaches the students like the mother of the that particular student. So she is rock solid, because women are brought up differently than male in our society. So right from the childhood, she is born rock solid, and that rock solid approach, that perfection and a broader vision helps her to grow more. If Ruchi ma'am will agree to me that while organizing the conferences, because now we have done quite a lot of conferences together, how a woman looks into the planning and organization of that conference, and how a man looks into that conference, or his approach towards the conference is different. And it shows. Today, when we talk about IAP Women's Health, there are hundreds of women standing together. And from that only, we have got so many gems who are doing everything, every smallest thing with lot of perfection. Yesterday, I was very happy when Heta was being appreciated in one meeting of IAP Women's Health, because the next conference is in Jaipur. So I was very happy when she was appreciated, because the thing that was told to her is she has organized every smallest thing so very well that it was easy for the local team to now execute it. So that is the power of a woman, and that is why she is excelling, and she will excel if given an equal opportunity. That is what I feel.
Thank you, ma'am. I definitely believe that a female always have that motherly touch. The feminine touch definitely makes the flowers bloom, and it's our role to bring the budding generations, give them blessings and motherly touch so that they can bloom in a proper manner. I think we had thought that this will end up very early, but we are all enjoying talking to you. So I'll wind up with the last questions now with you. So I know you must be busy and I've taken a lot of schedule of your. So Yagna ma'am, I have one. You are a role model for many, including me, an inspiration for us all. I always tell you I look forward to you, and somewhere I feel that you are the person I would love to be like somewhere in my life. So, ma'am, as a ment, I mean, how do you handle this pressure? It's like so many people following you, so many looking up to you every time. I mean, everybody says, ma'am, we want to be like you. You're so great. I mean, you're doing wonderful. I mean, I can understand, it's difficult to handle that pressure and maintain that integrity and consistency throughout the things. So, ma'am, how do you always be a source of inspiration for so many? And please, I would like also you to give a piece of advice to our next generation physiotherapists to how they can become like you.
Oh dear. Uh, as I said, and I believe that any post comes with a lot of responsibility and expectations. When somebody praises me, I am not feeling happy from inside. I am being stressed up that, oh, this much of expectation is there from me. So I will have to work more from that angle. I always believe, in so many talks I have said, I believe in 6 Ds: desire, determination, discipline, dedication, devotion, and leave it to destiny. So if we follow these 6 Ds, I think it becomes easy for everyone to be successful. So have a desire, determine yourself, have a discipline, give your 100%, and then leave it to destiny. And I think that will be my message to younger generation. And because of that, I am here today as a chairperson. That is what I can say. Thank you, dear. Thank you very much. It was wonderful session, I would say. Maja aa gaya. I will be doing my work now with double josh.
So, Ruchi ma'am, my next question to you is, I mean, what do you feel should be the key skills and qualities that a women leader should have? And how should they be? And secondly, ma'am, it is always said, na, ek woman hi ek women ki dushman hoti hai. So, how can one woman set a platform for the another, and how she can help in the rise of another woman? So, how do you say about that, ma'am?
Um, थैंक यू फॉर द क्वेश्चन आई थिंक विमेन लीडरशिप के लिए दो चीजें ध्यान रखनी है बिकॉज आपकी थीम है बियॉन्ड कल्चरल बाउंड्रीज और क्रिएटिंग अ न्यू जनरेशन. तो हम लोग चाहेंगे कि हमारे इंडिया से ज्यादा लीडर विमेन हो. तो एक लीडर की जो की क्वालिटी होती है वो ये होती है कि दे गिव द क्रेडिट टू द टीम. If there is a success, you give the credit to the team, and if the team fails, they take that. एक्सेप्ट द फेलियर्स. फेलियर हमेशा लीडर का होता है और क्रेडिट हमेशा टीम का होता है. अगर हमने ये चीज समझ लिया तो आई थिंक कोई भी चीज हमें तोड़ नहीं सकती बिकॉज मेनी अ टाइम्स वी हैव फेल्ड एज अ टीम ऑल्सो. हम लोग काफी चीजें कुछ कर नहीं पाते बट उसका ओनर्स मैं ले सकती हूँ. उसका ओनर्स मैं बोल सकती हूँ कि हाँ मेरी टीम ने कुछ ये हो गया, छोटे हैं, नहीं कर पाए, ऑर्गेनाइज नहीं कर पाए. बट ट्रूली आई बिलीव अ गुड लीडर शुड extract the best out of everyone is able to contribute. ये समझ के रखना पड़ेगा. Everybody who has come in this world, they have something to offer. वो चाहे वो लॉजिस्टिक्स हो, चाहे वो एग्जीक्यूशन हो, चाहे वो ऑर्गेनाइजेशनल पार्ट हो, चाहे वो क्लिनिकल पार्ट हो, चाहे वो एकेडमिक पार्ट हो. एवरीबडी कैन ऑफर समथिंग. This is the duty of the leader, a policy maker, to extract the best out of them. और वही आई थिंक विमेन सेल ने काम किया. हमने सबको लाया. अगर आज हेता की बात हो रही है वो किसी चीज में अच्छी है, अगर आपकी बात हो रही है वो किसी चीज में अच्छे हो, आप लोग सब मैं एक एक्सेल नहीं बना सकती हूँ लेकिन मेरी डिजिटल टीम रॉक करती है. आईएपी इंडिया डिजिटल टीम काम कर रही है, अभी भी काम कर रही है और सारे फिजियोथेरेपिस्ट हैं. विदाउट चार्जिंग अ सिंगल रुपी दे आर वर्किंग ऑन इट एंड आई डोंट नो हाउ टू मेक एन एक्सेल. सो आई मे नॉट बी परफेक्ट इन एवरीथिंग बट आई कैन टेक आउट दैट परफेक्शन फ्रॉम द अदर्स. दैट इज वन थिंग विच इज एक अच्छे लीडर में होना चाहिए. और जो आगे की जनरेशन है, मुझे लगता है इंडिया लीड कर रहा है. सिर्फ इंडिया के पास आईएपी विमेन सेल है, इंडिया के पास विमेन विंग है एंड ऑल द कंट्रीज आर लुकिंग अप टू. जब वर्ल्ड फिजियोथेरेपी प्रेसिडेंट है, ही इज ऑलवेज कीन टू कम टू विमेन सेल कॉन्फ्रेंस और वो चाहते हैं कि दूसरी कंट्रीज भी इसे फॉलो करें. तो वी शुड स्टिक टू इट. हम लोगों ने एक साथ जो आपने बोला विमेन ही विमेन की दुश्मन है, उसी लाइन को हमने चेंज करके पहली कॉन्फ्रेंस में बोला था, बिहाइंड एवरी सक्सेसफुल विमेन देयर इज अ बंच ऑफ सक्सेसफुल विमेन who are standing behind. और वो सिक्योर्ड हैं और वो सिक्योर्ड मैन खड़े हैं जिनको जेलस नहीं है आपसे. अगर आज मैम वहां पर हैं, काउंसिल चेयरमैन है, आई थिंक इन एवरी स्पीच ऑफ माइन आई ऑलवेज, मैम होती है नहीं होती है, आई ऑलवेज से गिव अ बिग राउंड ऑफ अप्लॉज टू द पर्सन हु इज सिटिंग देयर रिप्रेजेंटिंग ऑल ऑफ अस. ठीक है. सो बेसिकली देर इज नो जेलसी इन amongst ourselves. We all are secured people. We just want the other generation, the younger generation to follow कि भाई आप सिर्फ अच्छे इंटेंट और कंटेंट के साथ काम करो. जो विमेन की दुश्मन होती थी वो ना, वो इसलिए होता था क्योंकि बहुत कम अपॉर्चुनिटीज होती थी, तो मैन इजीली उन्हें पिट इन अगेंस्ट कर देते थे और उन्हें पता ही नहीं लगता था कि वो कब एक दूसरे के खिलाफ लड़ने लग जाती थी. हमारे यहाँ कुछ ऐसा है ही नहीं. हम लोग 70% ऑलरेडी नंबर है. हम लोगों के पास कुछ भी डर्थ नहीं है, कोई भी हमारे पास लैक्यूना नहीं है. हम लोगों को सिर्फ अपने आप को एक साथ लाना था, एक प्लेटफॉर्म चाहिए था जहां हम लोग अपना बेस्ट दे सकते थे. वो प्लेटफॉर्म, थैंक यू टू सर, थैंक यू टू मतलब झा सर टू बिलीव इन अस, और वो प्लेटफॉर्म क्रिएट किया गया. नाउ वी आर क्रिएटिंग वंडर्स. चेन्नई में प्रोग्राम हो रहा है, नागालैंड में प्रोग्राम हो रहा है, मणिपुर में प्रोग्राम हो रहा है, जम्मू कश्मीर पुलवामा में प्रोग्राम हो रहा है. आज की डेट में कौन सी डिस्ट्रिक्ट ऐसी नहीं है जिसने वुमेन्स डे सेलिब्रेट नहीं किया. तभी तो गवर्नमेंट ने नोटिस किया हम लोगों को. अगर आज वर्ल्ड फिजियोथेरेपी डे विश करते हैं तो ये सारी चीजें गवर्नमेंट तक पहुंची कैसे. ये जो फेस चेंज हुआ एसोसिएशन का, वो वुमेन सेल ने किया, बिकॉज नाउ यू आर एवरीवेयर. कहीं भी एक आईएपी और वुमेन सेल का लोगो लगा के कोई मंदिर में जा रहा है, कोई कल सैनिटरी पैड्स बांट रहा था. ऑल दिस इज डन बाय फिजियोथेरेपिस्ट ना. तो लोगों तक कैसे पहुंच रहे हो, सरकार भी सुनेगी उनकी जिनके पीछे लोग हैं. एंड दैट इज द रीजन कि वी शुड हैव अ स्ट्रॉन्ग एसोसिएशन. एंड आई ऑलवेज स्टैंड बाय इट कि मैं कभी भी, मुझे कोई एसोसिएशन का काम है, मैं सब काम छोड़ के जाती हूँ, मैं सब काम छोड़ के खड़ी होती हूँ. लेकिन हाँ, किसी और का काम है नहीं करेंगे, हम अपना ही काम करेंगे. और काम कराना है तो पैसे दो तभी करेंगे. सो दैट शुड ऑल्सो बी द एम कि फिजियोथेरेपिस्ट को अपने राइट्स मांगने भी आने चाहिए. If something which I am supposed to do, I will do it. But if something that you are wanting me to do, you should pay me well. So physiotherapist को अपने काम की, अपने मेहनत के प्रॉपर पैसे भी डिमांड करने चाहिए. That is a message to all the young generation. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. My next question to Nehal, ma'am. Ma'am, there must be moments like, I also personally feel sometimes कि बहुत हो गया, अभी नहीं होगा मुझसे. So we give up at some moments. It's the challenge is sometimes like this कि at that moment, at that second we feel कि छोड़ देना है मुझे, सब मुझे नहीं करना है. I don't want to pursue further. I don't want to go further. So there are moments like this. You're facing challenges and you just want to get a setback. So how do you keep yourself motivated and move ahead? And we would like you to give this piece of advice to our younger generations to how we need to keep us motivated, inspired in during these challenges time, and how we can move ahead with all those hurdles along.
Look, life is not a cakewalk. It's not a cherry walk. So today, if you see Nehal Shah sitting in this way, it is not because Nehal Shah is lucky. It is because Nehal Shah has really struggled. And right from the childhood, I have struggled, I would say. आई डोंट नो किसी को पता है कि नहीं, बट मैं मेरे घर की गैलरी की वो बल्ब वाली लाइट में पढ़ के फिजियोथेरेपिस्ट बनी हूँ. So I come from that kind of a family, from that kind of an economical background till what I am today. So it is not easy. But what kept me going was my strong family support. My mother, because she was the one who stood strong with me, saying that my girl is not meant for roti banana and ghar chalana. She is born to do something else in life. And that words, kept me motivated even in those days when I was still studying. Coming to my profession, it is said that you really need to have an influential family background to excel beyond a certain limit. And I would not say it is wrong. It is right in some way. So at that time, you really, feel down. कि यार मेरे पास ऐसा कोई फैमिली सपोर्ट नहीं, अगर मेरा फादर ये होता तो मैं आज यहाँ होती. बट देन व्हाट ऑप्शन डू यू हैव एट दैट टाइम? दैट इज योर फर्म डिटर्मिनेशन एंड योर हार्ड वर्क. कहीं ना कहीं तो नोटिस होगा. I would go back to years back when EMG NCV, yes, Yagna madam is here. They have taught me EMG NCV. Probably something was there in me that I wanted to learn that. So when I was working in this hospital, they had got a new EMG NCV and I was asked कि तुम चलाओगे क्या ये? I had few advisors who said, Nehal, don't do it for free. You ask for some extra perks. This is corporation. They will give you extra perks. शायद वो टाइम मेरे मेरे में इतना स्ट्रेंथ नहीं था, या मैं ये सोचती थी कि मुझे नहीं पैसे मांगने एक्स्ट्रा, एंड आई जस्ट केप्ट ऑन डूइंग इट। अगर उस टाइम पे मैं ये कॉल नहीं लेती कि कम वॉट में मुझे ईएमजी एनसीवी करना ही करना है, तो शायद आज मैं यहाँ नहीं होती बाय वर्च्यू ऑफ माय करियर इन ईएमजी एनसीवी जहाँ हूँ। So I always feel that if today your work is not being recognized by people down here on this earth, somewhere in the sky, somebody, God is noticing you, and you will get the fruits, if not today, at the right time when you really deserve it. So that strong will in my life kept me going on and on. Yes, there are a lot of moments जहां पर हम either brain fogging बोले या depression बोले, frustration bole, but people have been there. Like, as I said, my family, my son, who has always inspired me, always motivated me, mom, you can do it, mom, you can do it. At, in a professional background, I'm lucky to have teachers. I'm lucky to have few role models in my association जिनको देख के मैं आगे चलती हूँ। यज्ञा मैम, माय टीचर, माय गुरु, पता नहीं मेरे कुछ मतलब मेरी कुछ बोलने की स्टाइल भी उनके जैसी होगी, एकदम तड़क फड़क मैं बोल देती हूँ, वो शायद उन्हीं से मैंने इनहेरिट करी होगी, तो वो है मेरे। My SBB family, I call them as core SBB, जो मेरे 4-5 लोग हैं, जहां पर they know my frustration, तो कभी भी मैं down हो जाती हूँ, you know, they are there, ma'am, don't worry, we are there with you, don't worry, we are standing with you. Those 4 people, I mean, they are my strength at my workplace. So, in all, if there are challenges, one thing, there's a strong desire that I am never going to give up. ये फ्रस्ट्रेशन, डिप्रेशन, मेंटल हेल्थ, ये सब क्या होता है? अगर आप ठान लो तो कुछ नहीं होता है, यू कैन ओवरकम। डिप्रेशन जैसा कुछ नहीं होता है। आई फील डिप्रेशन एक बहाना है काम ना करने का। दिस इज वॉट आई ऑलवेज फील। वरना रोने के लिए तो बहुत कुछ है लाइफ में, बिकॉज नो बडीज लाइफ इज सो सिंपल एंड सो इजी, बट you have to go on. There can be hundreds of reasons for not doing the correct, for not doing it. मेरा ये है, मेरा वो है, मेरा family है ये, but there is only one reason to do it, and that is, yes, I want to do it, and that is why I will do it. तो मैंने ये, so this is my strength, and I am, yes, I am blessed with good people around me. They are my strength and my strong willpower. मैं अपनी तारीफ करूंगी my strong willpower, क्योंकि एक चीज मैं और लाइफ में सीखी हूं, कभी किसी के सामने नहीं रोना। आई नेवर क्राई इन फ्रंट ऑफ एनीबडी कम वॉट में, but yes, I cry when, because I am also a human being, so I cry when I am alone, I cry in front of my God, that's it. But then the very next moment I get up stronger than what I was before, with better ideas, more hard work, क्योंकि मैं सोचती हूँ कि शायद मेरी मेहनत कम पड़ गई, मुझे ज्यादा मेहनत करनी है। And to this new generation, I mean, I would urge for these new girls, I would urge our profession to give them acceptance, recognition, and appreciation. All these girls, today's generation, they need a bit of recognition, acceptance, and appreciation. You have done very good. Sirf itna bol do, you have really done well. I think they will be charged up for something better. Support her ambitions. इट इज हाई टाइम वी नीड टू सपोर्ट। अगर एक मेन का एम्बिशन होता है तो एक वुमेन का भी होता है। अगर एक मेन को एम्बिशन फुलफिल करने के लिए समय दिया जाता है तो वुमेन को क्यों नहीं? लेट फैमिलीज ऑल्सो स्टार्ट थिंकिंग इन दैट वे एंड गिव हर एवरीथिंग दैट शी डिजर्व्स, accept her, hold her hands. All the women, if they hold hand together, I think कोई किसी को गिरा नहीं सकता। वरना अपनी प्रोफेशन में ऐसा है कि कौन मेरा फ्रेंड है, कौन मेरा एनिमी है, वो जज करना मुश्किल है। पर give her full support and she will do it. And last thing, nothing can replace hard work. Keep on doing hard work. You will be recognized someday or the other. You will be recognized at the right time. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Nehal ma'am. So winding up, to all those females listening to these superpower females, I will not term you super women, you are the powerhouse for us actually, because you have boosted the energy in all of us, even me, including me. So concluding, we should all look up to Yagna ma'am, 6 Ds: dream, desire, determine, discipline, your 100% towards it, and the destiny, definitely. And as Ruchi ma'am said, rightly accept your failures, move ahead, and never give up. Right. So teamwork is very important for us. We should consider we rather than I when we are promoting our all selves. And definitely, Nihal ma'am, it's like I have seen you in 2008, and now there's a lot of change. So there's a lot of transformation in you, and we are really, really very, very. I'm very fortunate to have seen and known you, and even I admire your strength and determination towards things. And I've seen you. Whatever you think, you do it, and that's what the girls have to learn. That you need to be determined, as even Yagna ma'am added to this. Ki determination is the key factor. As Ruchi ma'am said, consistency. These things should be in our life. Then only we'll be able to this. So adding to this, I'll say, राह में मुश्किल होगी हजार, राह में मुश्किल होगी हजार, तुम 2 कदम बढ़ाओ तो सही, हो जाएंगे हर सपना, हो जाएगा हर सपना साकार, हो जाएगा हर सपना साकार, तुम चलो तो सही, तुम चलो तो सही, मुश्किल है पर इतना भी नहीं, मुश्किल है पर इतना भी नहीं कि तू कर ना सके, दूर है मंजिल लेकिन इतनी भी नहीं कि तू पा ना सके, दूर है मंजिल पर इतनी भी नहीं कि तू पा ना सके, तुम चलो तो सही, तुम चलो तो सही. This is, I
Wow.
believe, all the three women has been, in a nutshell, I'll say this is what they have conveyed to this, ki we should not lose hope, keep walking, keep moving ahead, and definitely hard work will one day bring success to you. And on behalf of IAPWC, I would really like to, from behalf of whole the team who had been dedicatedly working throughout these days to bring this forward. And it was definitely my team's dream to have you on the platform. So thank you so much to Yagna ma'am, Ruchi ma'am, and Nehal ma'am for taking time out of your busy schedules and
Thank
sharing
you.
your wonderful thoughts with
Thank
us.
you.
Thank you so much,
Thank
ma'am.
you.
Thank you. And to summarize, there is nothing wrong. All the girls to be like being ambitious. Mane, if you are ambitious, there is nothing wrong in it. Just keep working hard and strive for your goals.
And I
Yes.
feel blessed to share the same space today on this platform with you. Thank you so much. Thank
Thank
you,
you.
ma'am. Thank you,
Thank
ma'am.
you.
Thank
So
you, ma'am.
much.